Konnichiwa, Ian des. Let's learn some English. And today we're looking at things you'll find in your kitchen, sort of, I guess you'd call them tools, sort of kitchen tools. So we'll look at some vocabulary. Walk into your kitchen, you're probably going to see some of these things. So one of the first things you'll need is a saucepan. So you can cook all sorts of things in this. Very useful. Also, you might have a frying pan. Now, a frying pan and a saucepan, both pans, both look similar. A saucepan is sort of deeper, so you can put water into it, and a frying pan is very thin for just a little bit of oil, and you fry the food. So both used for cooking, slightly different. So you'll probably have both. And then of course you might also have a wok, which is kind of halfway between. A wok is for frying, but it's a little bit deeper. You'll probably also have some kitchen knives. You can get many different types, many sizes. I think each one has a name. I don't know them. You just say a kitchen knife, we'll understand. This is going to be a cleaver, but if you just said a knife, we'd understand. Obviously you have these nice Japanese ones. They're very beautifully designed, but they're also very sharp and very good. Different shapes. If you're a chef, tell me the difference. Which one do I need? I don't know. I need a sharp one. Might also have kitchen scissors. Is for cutting things. I think a knife is usually enough, but a lot of people have scissors as well. Helps open packets. And if you're going to use a knife, you need a cutting board. Wooden ones are the best, but these cheap plastic ones, all different colours, so one for your fish, one for your meat, one for your vegetables, one for cooked, one for raw. Very important for your, your kitchen hygiene. You want to spread germs. Another thing you can cut with is a cheese grater. It's different kind of cutting, sort of little shards. Obviously you can do it for cheese, but this chap looks like he's doing in, I think it's an orange. So you can grate different things. But again, you can just, use your knife. Equally as good. And when you're cooking, you might need a wooden spoon. I'm not sure if you have those in Japan. Obviously you've got your saucepan, and to stir you use a wooden spoon. You can also use a spatula. I like these, they're really good, especially if you're frying. Just get your frying pan, get your spatula. Very good for eggs, for scrambled eggs, for an omelette. But you probably know chopsticks. I think you would rather have chopsticks than a wooden spoon. You do your mixing with the chopsticks, not the spoon. Or do you have both? Tell me. Maybe you have a set of, we just call these big spoons. So that's a spoon with holes. I guess I don't know what that is with holes. It's sort of very wide, so you can scoop things out of water. That's technically a ladle. It's the big spoon. And that's a sort of spatula. It's slightly different than these types. It's more like this type. So this is a spatula. This is a spatula. Two different types. I don't know the difference. But you can use that to stir, to flip. So this guy's cooking fruit and pancakes, I think. Very nice. So he's got his spatula. But you use a spoon or a ladle like this if you're using soup. That would work for that. You might also have tongs. Again, I think you might just use chopsticks, but if you've got a big bit of meat, these can be very good. You can just pick things up. And this is a carving fork. So this is, you'd probably use chopsticks again. Just this here has the prongs. You stick it in and then you can cut. So here in this picture, he's stuck the carving fork in. Here we go, you can see better here. Stuck the carving fork in, and then you can use the knife. You use this because it's too hot for your hand to touch. So this saves your hand. Very useful. What about this? Do you know this whisk for whisking your eggs? If you're making a cake, might need a whisk. If you're making potatoes, you need a masher. Mash everything down. So he's mashing his potatoes. You could use a fork. I don't think you could use anything else. It has to be a fork or a masher. A chopstick would be too skinny to mash. You could try, but I don't think it would work very well. What about this rolling pin? This is more for baking, but you will find them in kitchens. You can roll out pastry. Maybe if you're making noodles, you might see this. Although if you're making noodles, you'll probably see pasta machine. So this puts the pasta in and it rolls it out. So here, this circle moves round and round and round. But in the old days, they used a rolling pin, and you just rolled it back and forth, and you would get the same effect where the pasta becomes very thin, and then you could cut it. This machine cuts it. So here you can see it's cut it into noodles. But again, you could go back to your knives and cut. You could roll it out, cut it out, make your own noodles. That's a pasta machine. They're pretty cool. And then I guess in a kitchen you're going to see, well, it's knives and forks. That's a plate. Put the food on. And that's a bowl. Plates and bowls. Probably going to have to use those. Okay, so that's a very quick look at some things you might see in a kitchen. You can go to the website. I'll put some example sentences, all the vocabulary there. You can go through it and read it. Watch the video a few times so you can get used to the words. And go into your kitchen and tell me what I didn't put on this list. Did I forget something? And tell me what you do have. Especially the knives. I want to know about the kitchen knives. Do you have different ones or just one? Tell me about your knives. So, arigato. Matane.